Guys and dolls. So, Freedom Dad, I've got the selfie stick, as you can see. Thank you to Amber. Um, Brought me two selfie sticks. I'm trying to work one of them out. I still haven't got there, but I've got this one for now, and I hope it looks a bit better and comes across a bit better. I'm gonna try and get a microphone, so I am. I have bought one, but it didn't work. I was ripped off online, so I'll get one more one. They're not that expensive, so it's no big deal. So I'm going to get a microphone, but hopefully this sounds okay. So I'm not going to go on and on here. I want to get straight into what my topic is about, and basically it's about this. What would you call it? It's all different words. They call it the brew, the social, universal credit. Basically benefits. I'm going to talk about benefits. I want to talk about the benefits this country has. I want to talk about the benefits that these men that are coming in illegally that are eventually getting. I want to talk about the benefits that this country bestows its own vulnerable people. So I'm going to start straight away with universal credit. Every man and woman in this country, it doesn't work. And if you're able to say you're not well, you will get 300. And I'm not 100% sure because I get money taken off me, but you will get about a 350, 360, 70 every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, you get that. So it works out about let's say £700 a month, just to keep it right. So you get £700 a month. Now, if you've got a sore back, or you suffer from mental health issues, depression and stuff like that, you can then apply for adult disability, which is PIP, the old PIP. And basically, you can get between, I think it's about, I don't know this one night, but I think it's about 500, right? So let's just say 500 a month. So we're getting 700 a month and 500 a month. That's £1,200 cash to play with. And I'm being conservative here. I promise you, right? I'm being conservative because I don't know how much it actually goes up to, because there's arms and legs you can add on to it. Trust me, if you've got more than one wife, you get even more money. I know, mental. Right, so then what happens is, well, you get your rent paid. Now, it's within reason, and if you live in a nice big posh house, they'll pay so much of it and you'll have to put the rest of it. So I think they pay up to about £500. So we're at £700 for universal credit. We're at another, I think it goes up to £800, but I'm going to keep it conservative. So we'll say £600, right, for adult disability. So we've got 6 and 7, it's 1,300, plus say 500 your rent paid. So we're almost at £2,000. Right? That's what people in Great Britain get if you don't work. Now, on top of that, if you get adult disability, you'll get a car, brand new spanking car, but it does come off your money. A bit of it does come off your money, but they cover everything, insurance. They cover the tax and all that. I'm sure. I'll need to check up on that, but I'm sure they do. So that's the benefits, right? Now, believe you me, right? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Believe you me, there is people in this country that deserve that. I tell you that now. But there's a lot of people in this country now. I know in my head, and I say I come on and I just talk. I do. But so I know what I'm wanting to get across. I just want to make sure I get it in the right order, you know. So basically, there's people that deserve it, okay? But there's also loads of people that don't, okay? Now, I know loads of people, right? And they get all that money and they work, right? So they're probably bringing in another 50, they're probably making 50, 60 quid a day, right? That's the going rate right now, cash in hand, right? Earn about 50, 60, 70 quid a day. That's what you can get. That's what I could get, And let's do the math. So let's just say it's 5 days and say it's just 50 quid because it's easier for me. So that's 250, 250s, that's £1,000. So that's another £1,000, right? On top of the £2,000, that's £3,000 a month, and a car. All right, take a wee bit away from the car, but come on, right? That's not good, right? Now think about this, right? Think very clearly about this. You've also got people, right? And I could bring them to the table. This is all got receipts for everything I'm saying. There's also people that work really hard, right? They do everything right and they pay their taxes. And they have to sit in our working class areas and watch other people come through life, never working a day in their life, and receiving all that money. Now they're making a lot more money. Some of them are making more money just on the PIP and the universal credit without doing a job, working the double as we call it. That's it. I've got friends that don't even make that much money and they work over 40 hours a week. So these people have got to sit back and watch these people who've never worked a day in their life jumping about in brand new cars, and these people that are working can't even afford a car. They can't even afford to run a car, you know. But Bobby and Aggie down the road there never worked a day in their life. 5, 6 kids, maybe 10 kids between the two of them in all different relationships, driving a brand new people carrier because they've got all the kids, sitting in a big 6-bedroom, 5-bedroom house, you know. And this Bobby and Aggie, now I don't know any Bobby and Aggies, right? So this Bobby and Aggie are sitting there and like they're probably selling a wee bit of weed. There you go. They're probably selling a wee bit of weed on the side. And they're probably they also doing the fake fags. So probably their income, probably a month, probably around about £4,000 to £5,000 a month. You get me? And while all that's going on, you've got these people working really hard, spending more time at work than with their family, you know. And I just want to say where I stand on all this, because I've got to be totally honest with you. I'm never going to tell a man or a woman to go and get a job and pay so much to the government, while the government are paying all that money to Ukraine and gangsters in Ukraine and Israel, and all the illegal immigrants are coming in with their wee credit cards and their hotel rooms and their food all laid on, free gas, free electricity, you know, a free electric bike, a wee job at Uber, you know what I mean? I'm not going to tell a man that you need to go to work, get up every day at 7, take an hour to travel to work, do whatever, 7, 8 hours a day, travel an hour back, come home exhausted, get your dinner, try and spend an hour with your kids, and then crash watching telly. I'm not going to tell the man to do that. So, if there is another way, and there is people doing it, so why not? I'm not going to judge anybody here, you know. The point is, the opportunity's there. It's there for them to take advantage of it. Now, this is what you got to understand, right? And I can bring receipts. This is set up in a way that the really most vulnerable people don't even know what they're entitled to. Because in Britain, you don't get told, they don't tell you what you're entitled to. So most people with mental health issues that spend all their time locked away in their houses and don't have any social skills and have serious problems don't benefit from these benefits, because these benefits are there for them. So the people who are actually deserving of these benefits aren't even getting them, because you need to be savvy, you need to be clued up, you need to know, you know, you need to know. And if you don't know, you don't get. Simple as that. It's not like you go to the job centre and they go, oh, do you know you're entitled to this? And do you know you're entitled? No, they do not tell you a thing. There's old people in this country entitled to, I've touched on it. I've touched on it. There's millions and millions and millions of pounds in this country that the government are pocketing, that are meant to be going to our most vulnerable in benefits. And because they don't know the benefits are there for them, they're no getting them. And that money's staying in the government's pocket. But it's not staying in the government's pocket, is it? This is a problem. Because if we've got guys on our streets in the working class areas, and I'm talking about guys, girls, kids that have just left school, are planning on PIP and adult disability and their free car, right? If we've got people taking advantage of the system in our own areas where we can see, and it's affecting other people in working class areas where they're working hard and they're seeing these people, because everybody has them. There's loads in every community, from Belfast to Scotland to England and Wales. There is benefit frauds everywhere, right? And at the end of the day, the system's there to be taken advantage of, right? It's free money. It's free money, and morally, you want to be moral about it, you know, that's up to you. You know, if you want to judge these people for doing that, that's up to you. But I'm going to suggest that you turn that anger and frustration away from the people that's doing it. Because remember, these are people in the working class areas that have probably got addictions and alcoholism and cancers rife through their family. I'm sorry about the wind. I'm hoping you aren't catching that wind. I hate the wind tonight because I don't know. You know what I mean? And I will get a mic and it will, but once I get up here, it will go away and I will talk a bit louder just in case the wind is catching the microphone and the end of the phone. It's not really that windy, but it's windy enough. But like, what I'm trying to say to you is, don't blame these people, right? They're only taking advantage of a situation that's there. You understand? That's all they're doing. And there's a bit of me goes, why not? Why not? Right? Sorry, but there is that part of me that thinks like that. Of course, I'm not happy about it. Of course, I don't like seeing my friends. I don't like seeing my friends working full stop. I don't like my friends going out there and breaking their back, you know, to send people on holiday. You know what I mean? So people can go on 4 or 5 holidays. I hate seeing all that, you know. And then, like, they get paid monthly and they run out of money within 2 weeks. And they're no getting their holidays. They're no grand Chinese food or Indian takeaways. You know, they're no getting new trainers when they need them or stuff. All their money's on their kids, electric, gas, feed, food. Seriously, money's gone. So when you're facing those kind of hardships and then you've got this benefit system, are you not? Would you not be tempted? Because let's face it, all you got to do is go to the doctor and say you got a sore back. Can't prove a sore back. That's what they all say. Can't prove a sore back. You're right. Right, so a bit personal, and I want to understand. Please understand that this is not personal. I haven't got an axe to grind or nothing like that. I promise you, on my mother's grave. Yeah, but I did go for a pip. I was knocked back. Right. I was knocked back because I didn't take any medication. Now, if I had went to the doctor, this isn't the word of lie. This is what I could have done. And because I knew, you know what I mean, but I'm not going to lie. I'm one of them people that believe that if you pretend and lie about your health, it'll come back and bite you in the arse, big time. So I would never tell lies. I would never make anything up because you've got to bullshit. They really guarantee you get it, you know. You've got to say that you don't get dressed. You need somebody to help you dress, and you don't get washed. You don't shower, you know, stuff like that, you know. And we've all been to certain places, you know what I mean. But like, you know, I've got my own issues and all I can do is be honest. You know, I've got problems. Like, I've tried working, I've tried doing everything, you know what I mean? I've been experienced quite a lot of horrific stuff in my life and I've been spent a lot of time in jail and I'm trying to adjust to being outside, losing my wife, etc. And just because everybody, I'll be honest with you, everybody told me to do it. Every professional doctor, everybody told me, everybody around me said, you should be getting pipped. And it was one of them ones that was like, yeah, well, if I'm entitled to it, then I should take it because that's what everybody says. You know, Graham, like, no, I don't think I think I deserve that. You know, and I'm being honest. This is the way I am, and I had people saying, but freedom, Dad, you're entitled to it. You know what I mean? You're entitled to it because they know me. Some of my friends know what I'm like, and they're like, you should be getting that. When they see other people getting it, they're going, you should get that. So anyway, I got knocked back because I didn't take tablets, which is fair enough, right? Whatever, right? But the point is, all I had to do was go to the doctors and say I'm suffering with depression, I'm feeling down. And my doctor would go like that with any tablet, like antidepressant. And then once I've got that antidepressant, I don't need to take it. But then I can go to them and go, here, I'm taking tablets. And I would receive a check. I would receive a check probably for about £4,000 or £5,000 for backdated. And then from then on, I would get £400 or £500 a month, cash, straight out of the bank. You get me? So, but I promise you, it's like when I do this, I'm no interested. I'm happy with my life. That I keep saying, what's for you won't go by you. You know what I mean? It's so simple as that. It's like, you know, I was a bit frustrated. Everybody would get frustrated. Nobody likes getting told no. You know what I mean? And then because of stuff I know, of course, because I haven't finished. The kickers to come. Um, yeah, and the stuff that I know. So let's have a look at this in the dawn of day. So we now understand how much money you can get. Anybody can get off our government through benefits. Now that's a lot of cash. It's a lot of dough. I know it's not a lot of dough to the most, but working class, you think you won the lottery when that check comes in every month. So you've got to understand why men travel through 5 different countries, safe countries, to come to here. Because this is the thing. Excuse me a second. I just need to blow my nose. Sorry. It's really cold this morning. So basically, they travel through all these countries to come here, simply for what I've just told you. And who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Because you got guys here doing their WhatsApp and all the rest of it back to their countries, going, showing them the money, showing them the letters you have been approved. Here's, backdated £4,000-5,000. Boom, they're like, look what I just got. And they're like, but there's nothing wrong with you. But this is what it's like in Britain. This is no word of lie. I've seen them. I've seen it. I've seen things, I've seen the American ones, guys, sending videos back to Mexico. I've seen them ones as well. Who wouldn't? I would do it. If it was me, I would do it. I would travel. I would. If I'm in a country where like £100, you're lucky to get £100 a month off anywhere. And you're eating rice and pasta, and there's this country giving away £2,000. Hey, come on. Doesn't even matter how much it costs you to get here. It's an investment, isn't it? And this is the problem. This is what I've got the problem, right? Because I know how easy it is to get all this money. It's so easy, right? If you're that way inclined, it's so easy for any one of you living in Britain could do this. You go, you have a sore back, I'm struggling. I can walk to the pub, but then I need to sit down for 2 hours, and I'm able to walk home, but then I need to lie down for 4 hours, and you can't prove a sore back. And then the man, I'm really manic depressing, and they go on the internet and they research it, or they watch people like me or something, and they take whatever I'm saying. That's how I feel, and the doctor's like, here, there's antipsychotics, there's antidepressants, there's some volume, tablet after tablet after tablet, no problem. You do not, honestly, you do not know how bad you do not know the amount of medication our doctors give out to people. It's frightening. And it's not just the amount of one tablet, it's the amount of so many different tablets. It's unbelievable. It's a common thread right through all our communities. And like what I'm trying to say is like these guys are coming here for the big win, you know what I mean? They're coming here for the big win, and who wouldn't? You've got to understand that. It's a lot of dough. But this is what annoys me the most, right? This is what really gets my goat. We've got such a thing as NGOs. These are people, British people, that bend over backwards to help these men. And when they come here, they tell them exactly. They don't miss. They get everything. They're getting adult disability because they snore. They're even that clever. They're getting told you can. There's nothing wrong with me. Do you snore? No, you snore, don't you? Yeah. Right. Well, you're up all night snoring. You can't sleep. You're in bed all day. Adult disability. Universal credit. They're told everything. Every form's filled out for them. Everything. They do not miss a trick. If you have more than one wife, you get more money. We don't even know that. If you start telling our guys that, man, trust me, believe you me, if our guys start finding out that you can get more money for more wives, and it's okay, you can do that kind of stuff. Danny, you think it was bad when they were paying per kid, and because we're knocking 10 kids out because they were getting so much money per child and they had to cap that? Yeah, but it's quite serious. It is a very serious topic because it covers so many different things. This is something that affects our community, and it's been affecting our community for a long time. The benefits that we get is frightening. And the problem is, there's so many people in this country deserve them benefits because they're there for our most vulnerable. They're in place to protect and help our most vulnerable get through life, And really, these kind of people in my head that should be getting it are people with missing limbs, people that can't, proper disabled people. You know, that's the kind of people that really should be getting the end off. You know, um, personally, I want to bring these people no luck. The karma, it's just the way it is. I've noticed that in life. I've seen karma over and over again. I've sat and waited for it because I knew it was coming, and boom, you know. And I'm talking some serious stuff, you know what I mean? I'm talking karma, life changing karma. I'm talking about life taking karma, you know. And you're looking at somebody and you're thinking, you know, not everybody. Some people you may think go through life and they're really bad and evil and they get away with everything. They're always got money and they're always doing well. And you're like, how the trust me, it's coming. It's coming, you know. And I don't know why it is. I don't know yin yang, upside down, black white. I really don't know. Negative, positive. I don't know what it is, but there's karma. If you pretend to be not well to receive money, then hell mend you later on in life. Because you'll be sitting there one day and all these things that you've been saying is wrong with you is going to be wrong with you. Believe you me. Believe you me. And if it's not you, it'll be somebody close to you. Honestly, there's nothing good comes from lying about your health, especially in these circumstances. But that's going to be lost in people. I understand that. But I'm not concerned. I've tried. I've warned you. Do what you want. Right? But the point is, our illegal immigration, undocumented men, they're not coming here because they love our country. They're not coming here to look at our double-decker buses or our Queen's Guards that stand and sit on the horses outside Downing Street and the Palace and all that. They're not here to integrate, you know. They come over and they pretend to be Christians to try and get staying. And then as soon as they get staying, they go back to being Muslims. That alone, God will never forgive them for. Either Bible, Quran, that alone they will never be forgiven for. That's my personal view. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Okay? So, these guys are coming here because there's a bounty of reward. They're getting help by these NGOs. You know, you've got people in France. This is the thing about these people. There's no people smugglers. There's no people smugglers. There's no big gangs moving people across the water. It's a load of guys that are skint. They get to France, they beg, they steal, they get a few quid together, 40, 50 quid each. They all throw it in, 20 guys. They buy an outboard motor second hand and a dinghy. And they find a spot and they're gone. There's no people smugglers. The people smugglers are the people over there, the French and the British people that's helping them. They're helping them. They're telling them how to get across, where to buy the dinghies, where to get the outboard motors, where to do. Just get there, and then the lifeguard will come and get you. Just get there, and you know, throw a couple overboard, and they'll think you're sinking, and they'll come straight in and save you. They tell them the sea's being monitored, the satellites, lasers, everything. They're monitoring it, you know, because they don't want any of them to die. It's not to stop them. It's so if any of them capsize, they don't die. I'm going to let that sink in, you know, because it doesn't make any sense. I don't want anybody to die, of course not, but come on. You should be doing it so you can take count of who's coming in, you know, but that's not even interested in that. When these guys came over here and started doing what they did to our children, that was when we realised that they were, don't care, you know. But this is facts, you know, because if I tell you what's really going on, I become a racist, far-right, anti-immigrant kind of guy that just hates and hates and hates. It's not like that. I am who I am because of what I know and what I see, you know. This is all the stuff that nobody wants to talk about. This is the truths of the matter. This is what's going on in our communities. Along with the no doctors and the no mental health and everything. Everything's going on. And it's like they're just giving everybody money, you know. But that's our money. Our people deserve that money. These people have been born and bred there. They're seeing their mothers and their fathers and their grannies and their granddads suffering because of all sorts of cancers. Because of the government said it was good to smoke, it's good to drink. They're still promoting drink to this day, you know. Putting all sorts of poisons into our food. Putting all sorts of poisons into the fields. You know, pesticides. Spraying all sorts of nonsense up in the air. I'm not going to have conspiracy stuff, right? But, you know, this is our country. These are our vulnerable people. You know, we don't want our billions going to Ukraine and all the rest of it. We've got enough trouble trying to keep everybody happy in our own country. We've got people taking the piss, you know. They wonder why nobody's working. Nobody can be. Think about it. This is where we're at. We're at a situation where people are working really, really hard for buttons. For buttons. The money's not doing anybody any longer than 2 weeks. People have started off, like guys maybe 10 years ago started working with families and all that. They had plans, they had ambitions. All the plans and ambitions are gone because the money's gone. The hours have went up, double time, overtime. You know what I mean? The money's not going up. Cost of living's going through the roof, the money's not going up. The only thing going up is the social benefit money. The brew. It's going up all the time. It's trying to keep with, you know what I mean? So the unemployed and the infirm don't run out of money. There's all sorts of help for people that don't work. For people, and like I say, there's some people that really can't work. They really can't, and God love them. There's people that can't leave their house. This is, them benefits are for you, please. I'm not trying to stop anybody's benefits or nothing like that. I'm not trying to do anything against anybody. I'm trying to explain to you why there's so many men wanting to come to Britain. There's so many men over in France. They've taken over industrial estates, factories, where they're living inside these big warehouses. There's thousands upon thousands of men waiting to come over. There's hundreds of men coming over every single day. Every single day. Hundreds. As long as the wind's not blowing too hard, they're coming. You see blue skies and no wind, they're here. They're on their way. You know? And that's the truth of the matter. You know? And we can't afford it. We can't afford it. You know, we are struggling. We are struggling because of our benefits, because our government are so generous to our most vulnerable, and because everybody's taking advantage of it. We're now struggling. You know, our councils. You can see, everybody can see where everything's changing, where the grass isn't getting cut, the roundabouts, all the signs are getting covered with bushes. You know what I mean? Because the government are trying to cut back. They're fining people for stuff that's just ridiculous because they're trying to get ways of getting money in. You know what I mean? They're trying to find other ways because the money is going. It's leaving the country. It's going to refugees. It's going to immigrants. You know, the amount of money we're pumping around this world is unbelievable. We're pumping money into a country that's using it to kill men. We're implicit. We're implicit. You know, young men, just young men younger than me, with their whole life ahead of them. Maybe young kids in the house and partners waiting for them to come home, and they're not coming home. And it's our bullets, it's our rockets, it's our cash that's doing it to them, you know. And I don't want none of that. I don't agree. I don't know anybody that's happy about that. I don't know anybody that agrees with us what we're doing in Ukraine. It's our money. These guys that are working in Britain, they're taking your money, and so much it's going to the people that aren't working, and the rest is going out to the country. And that's why you're struggling to eat. That's why you're struggling to go on holiday. That's why you're struggling to put heating and electric in your house. Because all the rich people are bleeding us dry. All the big companies, if they're not putting money up, they're making stuff smaller. They're making all the food smaller, you know, and then putting the money up as well. So you're getting a double whammy. And you're wondering why you aren't all eating, why you're all hungry after dinner when you're buying the same portions. There's so many things going on, and I could go on, and I could go on, and I could go on about fuel, about we're crumbling. United Kingdom is crumbling. We're breaking apart. We're falling apart, and all the government is doing is creating more division. You know, they're throwing petrol on the fire. We're screaming out at them, please stop. We can't take it anymore. We want our children. Too many children have been hurt. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of children in England have suffered the price of illegal, undocumented men. And in some cases, some of these guys were legal. The government actually invited them into the country. And then when we put them in prison, we can't even deport them, even after they've done horrific things to our kids. Nothing's making any sense, guys. And we're paying for these guys in prison. And then when they get out, they'll get adult disability and they'll get universal credit because they'll be damaged from prison, you know. You get me? That when they're getting sent down, all their friends and families are like crying and disappointed. There's nobody disgusted with what they've done. It's like, what? You're putting them in prison? Why? Everything's upside down and round about, and I don't know what else to say. But this is one of the root causes, guys. This is why they're coming here. They're coming here, one, for our money, and two, for our children, because we're a community of vulnerable children. Our communities are breaking down. Young men and young women are at the bottom of a bottle or at the end of a needle. Their mothers and their fathers have been at the end of a bottle, etc. Some kids are having to deal with what their parents have went through. You know what I mean? And then that's having an effect. We're a nation of broken children, broken families. You know, and it's like a sweetie shop because they can see this. They can see how vulnerable our children are and how easy picking it is for them. And that's the truth. And I'm not tarring father and everybody. Obviously, we all know that. I don't need to say this. I'm talking about the evidence that we have at the minute of what's happening to our country. I'm not talking about the good men and people that come here that need refuge, because I'm surrounded by diversity. I'm surrounded by good people from all around the world, and none of them, not one of them, has ever given me a cause for concern. Not one of them have I ever thought, if bringing a child in this world, I would need to do something like this to try and protect my child, to bring awareness to people. That's not right, guys. It shouldn't be left into me. I'm a guy in a forest. You know what I mean? I'm not even educated properly. I've done a bit of writing and stuff in the prison, but that's it. You know, it shouldn't be down to me. Where's all the celebrities? Why are they all being so quiet? You know, because they don't come from the working class communities. You know, I'm shouting out, screaming out, guys. The working class communities are struggling in Britain, and it's being overrun by evil in some places in England. There's a big rally in Dublin today because honestly, we've got one of our guys over there in a minute, and some of the stuff he's came back with is unbelievable. Women being told not to go out on their own, no go areas in the city centre of Dublin, you know. And this is eyewitnesses account where we've got a guy on the street. He's talking and interviewing people from Dublin. And it's all the same thing. It's what I'm hearing here. They're hearing over there. If we're all saying the same thing, everybody in all these different communities, Protestants, Catholics, Rangers, Celtic, Republicans, Loyalists, if everybody's all saying the same thing for once in our life, we're all got a common denominator, then surely somebody has to stand up and pay attention to that. Surely, if something so big is happening in this nation, where Union Jacks and tricolours are coming together, Protestants and Catholics who have been at war for the last 30, 40 years are dropping their differences and opening their arms to each other, we must listen. We must sit up and listen. You have to listen. There's something really bad going on. And I think it's too late for some parts of this great nation. But this is a warning to the rest of you. Just because it's not at your front door doesn't mean it's not coming. That's it, guys. Sorry it's been a wee long one. Like I say, got this yesterday when my mood was like that. Got another one coming as well about Nigel Farage, you know. And like I say, I'm not here to create division. I'm not here to throw any hate. All I'm going to do is be honest, open, and give you my opinion of what I see and bring evidence to it. And that's all I'm going to do. That's all I'll ever do, you know. And I just want to say again, because I can't not say it, finish off without saying thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for the understanding. And I know I've touched some people with that yesterday, and I apologise to upset people. That's not my mission in life. Of course, it's not. But you know, I'm hoping with them tears of came an understanding that you're not on your own. There's loads. I'm seeing. I'm hearing it now. There's loads of us like this, and we're not getting help from anybody else, but we can help each other, you know. And I honestly think that us helping each other is 100,000 million times better than anything that the government can do with it for us, or anything sociology or psychology or any of these private school snobs that think they can help us working class when they've never experienced anything at all. They've never been through children's homes, been around child abuse, extreme child abuse, where children were being not disappearing, not coming back, you know, and everybody's talking about it and everybody's singing it at football matches and nothing. You know, they're so brazen they could scare us with the stories, but we were so young we thought they were stories, and then 30 years later we find out they were true. That's how brazen they were. That's how brazen they were back in the day, and look how brazen they are now. They're still bringing these men in with the evidence of what's happened. Thousands and thousands of children, and some of the stories are horrific. I couldn't even tell you what's happened to some of these girls. It's that horrific, and they're still letting them come in. They're implicit again. The government, the Labour government, are implicit again in childhood abuse. There's no two ways of putting it, and I'm sorry, that's the truth. They are. They know what's going on, and they're doing nothing about it. Just like back in the '60s and the '70s, they knew what was going on. The children's homes, the convents, everything, everywhere, every community was touched. Protestants, Catholics, they knew then, and they were not only implicit, they were involved. They were involved. Some of them are still there in the Lord's. Some of them are still alive today. Most are dead, thank God, but some of them are still alive, and they're still there, up there. Well, we're all still down here. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm so angry, and that's why I'll not be silenced. Sorry for being angry, but I do love you all. Honestly, I cannot explain to you what it means to me. The comments and what you have said to me, I really can't get it out. I can't explain it to you. I really can't. I'm just overwhelmed, absolutely overwhelmed. And thank you so much. And I hope you all have a really good Thursday. Please keep an eye on the protest. It'll be getting live stream, I'm quite sure. I don't know if DGA Media will be there. There's a good chance he'll be over there, no doubt about it. So have a wee look at some auditors and stuff. They'll probably be floating about any ones over there. I think Dundalk says no would be probably a good place to start. I'm sure they've got a channel, and there's a couple of other guys I called Quinn. You know what I mean? It's just finding them. You know what I mean? But if you search it in TikTok, if you're on TikTok, YouTube, there'll be a lot of lives coming from it. We are having problems with lives because we think the police have got stuff on them. Because every time we go to do the police on the live, we lose the footage. That means it's when we look back at it, everything's there apart from the footage where you're next to the policeman. So they're definitely holding. They've got something on their bodies that's breaking up the lives. You know what I mean? Or something around them. I don't know. We're still looking into it. You know what I mean? But yeah, have a really good Thursday, guys. Give as much support as you can to the Dublin and the Irish guys. They're going through a really hard time over there. It's really, really bad. The government are silencing them exactly like they're doing here. Give them some support. Give them some shares. Drop them a wee comment. Whatever you can do, anything. You be the smallest thing can make a big difference. I can speak from that from the heart. So have a really good Thursday, guys. I love you all. Thanks for getting to the end of this video once again, and God bless you all. Thank you.